Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something that concerns each and every one of us. Not just today, but for the future of humanity itself. We live in a world that speaks loudly about democracy, freedom, and equal opportunity. On the surface, it sounds fair and promising. But when we look deeper, when we examine the economic system that governs our lives, we see the truth. It was designed by a small group of elites, not to serve humanity, but to protect their wealth and power. And to make this easier to understand, let's take healthcare, something so basic, so essential, as our starting point. Every human being, rich or poor, young or old, will eventually face illness. Healthcare, logically, should be like water or air, a basic human right. But under capitalism, healthcare is turned into a business. Hospitals are run like corporations. Doctors and nurses are treated like wage laborers. Patients are reduced to paying customers. What does this mean in practice? A poor person who falls seriously ill may not get treatment, even when doctors and medicine exist, because they lack money. A wealthy person, on the other hand, not only gets treatment, but also enjoys luxury care. Here, money, not human life, decides who gets to survive. Hospitals raise fees to meet profit targets. Pharmaceutical companies multiply drug prices 10, 20, even 50 times. Medical staff are overworked and underpaid, while investors take home profits without lifting a finger. The result? Patients are drained financially. Healthcare workers are exhausted, and capitalists at the top grow ever richer. The result? Patients are drained financially. Healthcare workers are exhausted, and capitalists at the top grow ever richer. Why does this happen? Because our entire system, capitalism, is built on one single rule. Profit comes before people. Capitalism promises that if you work hard, you will succeed. It sells the dream that anyone can climb the ladder and become rich. But in reality, ordinary people work endlessly, yet barely survive. Prices rise year after year, but wages never catch up. This is inflation. Doctors, nurses, teachers, workers, those who sustain society, are underpaid and overworked. Meanwhile, capitalists extract profits simply by owning, not by working. This is exploitation. Workers create value, but capitalists take the profit. The system ensures that the rich grow richer, while the majority remain trapped in endless struggle. The system ensures that the rich grow richer, while the majority remain trapped in endless struggle. Capitalism's logic produces a chain of injustices across society. 1. Need is tied to wealth. Those who need help most often can't afford it. 2. Labor is undervalued. The people who create real value, like healthcare workers, receive only a fraction of it. 3. Resources are misallocated. Instead of serving humanity, resources flow toward luxury goods for the wealthy few. 4. Wealth inequality. The richest 1% now control more wealth than the bottom 90% combined. Does this sound like fairness or freedom? Does this sound like fairness or freedom? Does this sound like fairness or freedom? Some may ask, haven't philosophers and revolutionaries already seen this problem? Haven't we tried socialism or communism before? Yes, humanity has tried, but every attempt failed. Why? Because those systems never truly escaped the capitalist framework. Power still concentrated in the hands of elites. Wealth was still controlled from the top. Human greed was magnified, and eventually everything was corrupted. For centuries, humanity dreamed of freedom from exploitation, but never truly achieved it. For centuries, humanity dreamed of freedom from exploitation, but never truly achieved it. For centuries, humanity dreamed of freedom from exploitation, but never truly achieved it. Some might say, that's why we need government healthcare. But governments themselves operate within the capitalist framework. They depend on capital for funding and political survival. That means policies are always compromised, always tilted toward the wealthy. This is why public healthcare remains underfunded, while private hospitals thrive. The inequality only grows. The inequality only grows. This is why we founded the Socialist Health Club. Its mission is clear: to step completely outside the capitalist framework and create a new system based on fairness, cooperation, and collective ownership. Here is how our model is different. 1. No bosses, no profit extraction. We abolish the wage labor system. Clinics are collectively owned and managed by workers and members. 2. Funded by people, not capitalists. Clinics are built from membership contributions, not investor money. That means no rent burdens, no shareholders demanding dividends. 3. Transparent and collective management. Every dollar is accounted for. Decisions are made by the collective, not a few elites. 4. Life first, not profit first. When a patient pays, they only cover the labor of the medical staff, nothing else. 4. Life first, not profit first. When a patient pays, they only cover the labor of the medical staff, nothing else. 4. Life first, not profit first. When a patient pays, they only cover the labor of the medical staff, nothing else. 4. Life first, not profit first. When a patient pays, they only cover the labor of the medical staff, nothing else. What capitalism cannot solve, our model solves naturally. Inflation. With no profit motive, there's no endless pressure to raise prices. Exploitation. Workers keep the full value of their labor. No middlemen take a cut. Inequality. Wealth is shared within the collective, not concentrated in a few hands. Competition. Instead of destructive rivalry, workers cooperate and share resources. This is not just a new healthcare system. It is the birth of a new civilization. This is not just a new healthcare system. It is the birth of a new civilization. This is not just a new healthcare system. It is the birth of a new civilization. Imagine a society where no one is denied healthcare because of money. Doctors and nurses work with dignity, not exhaustion. Children grow up free from the shadow of debt, inflation, and exploitation. This is more than reform. This is a transformation of civilization itself. From a world that worships profit to a world that values life. This is more than reform. This is a transformation of civilization itself. From a world that worships profit to a world that values life. And this is where you come in. Why join early? Because the first 3,000 members will witness history, the birth of the first collectively owned clinic. Those who join are not just consumers. They are the pioneers of a new civilization. Their names will be remembered as the people who dared to break free from capitalism and create a new model for humanity. Friends, we are not doing this only for ourselves. We are doing this for our children and for generations yet to come, so they will not suffer from crushing medical bills, so they will not live trapped by endless inflation, so they will not be exploited by a system designed to serve capital, not people. True fairness is not whether you can afford health care. True fairness is that as a human being, you are born with the right to live. This is our vision, this is our mission, and this is your invitation. Join us. Witness the dawn of a new civilization. Do not just be a bystander to history. Become a creator of it. The future of humanity begins here, begins now, begins with us. Thank you. Thank you.